first thing we're going to do is play the ad, or I'm going to blabber.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne hockey.
Plong with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the full variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wayne High School for the first of 2 SAC contests this evening here in Wayne as the visiting Lady Bruins kick off game number 1. Again, here at Wayne, it's Friday, January 19th. We got SAC contests all over the city. In other SAC action, it is Dwenger at Lures, Battle of the Bishops. Cordy at Snyder, Homestead at North, and Carroll at Southside tonight. But we're here at Wayne High School for the first of 2 contests. The girls' game will tip off at 6 p.m. as the Bruins enter the contest currently with an outstanding season on the move. The Bruins 17-2, currently 6-1 in the conference. That is tied for second place behind the Homestead Spartans. And Coach Rashida Muhammad has a fantastic group ready for action tonight against the Lady Generals under Kip Jones in his second year. The Lady Generals not having the year they desired, currently sitting at 2-16 and 0-4 in the conference, 0-7. But 2 SAC contests left for each team. For the Lady Generals, they will have 2 contests remaining as the season winds to an end, with next week being the last week of the regular season. The Lady Generals will play at Lakewood on January 23rd and then finish their regular season here against Lures. That is next Friday, the 26th. They are coming off of a loss at Bishop Dwenger last Friday. The Bruins, as we said, having a fantastic year. Also, 2 games remaining on the schedule after tonight. The Bruins will play Columbia City on the 23rd and then finish off their season in what is a pivotal and championship pending contest at Homestead. That is next Friday, as the Lady Bruins have an opportunity to share, which would be the first in a long time for the Lady Bruin basketball program, an opportunity to share the SAC Conference crown. A win next week would be a three-way tie for the SAC Conference crown, as the Homestead Spartans undefeated, Southside with 1 loss, and the Bruins currently still with just 1 conference loss. The Bruins are coming off of a win just Wednesday against Marion, and are currently on a 5-game winning streak.
Good evening and welcome to Wayne High School. On behalf of Principal John Howard and Athletic Director Gary Rayburn, we'd like to welcome you to tonight's contest between the Northrop Bruins and the Wayne Generals. Now, would all please have you rise as the General Band plays the Northrop Fight Song.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break to a commercial. Just about 3 minutes remaining before tip-off here at Wayne High School between the Lady Generals and the Lady Bruins.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wayne High School as we approach Magic Hour, 6 p.m. And on Friday nights in Fort Wayne, that means SAC basketball. Tonight's contest again featuring the visiting Northrop Lady Bruins. The Bruins led by a group, and I mean group of seniors, 8 seniors with vast amounts of experience. Many of them have been playing for 4 years at the varsity level, and just talent across the board, so it's hard to say that they're led by any individual players. But right now, their scoring leader, senior Ariel Thatcher, comes in at 14.3 points a game and right around 4 assists. Leading rebounders for the team are their 2 starting post players, Alicia Tiny Williams and Brianna Douglas, both pulling down about 8 rebounds each. Nobody would be shocked if they went for a double-double tonight or any night in SAC play. Again, 8 seniors, plenty of talent and ability, and obviously experience to go around for Coach Muhammad. The Lady Generals, on the other hand, struggling to score this year. They are led by their starting post player, number 50 tonight in white, Maya Jackson, pulling down 8.2 rebounds a contest. And the Lady Generals will obviously look to get her the basketball as much as they can. Just about 2 minutes left here before we tip off. I just got a call from the parking lot. There are spots available, folks. Get in your car. The gym is warm. It is cold outside. Again, as the girls basketball season winds down, next week is the last week of the regular season. Both of these teams with 2 more contests to play. The Generals next week again will play at Lakewood Park and then host Lures before sectional play begins. That sectional draw, I believe, will be this Sunday as the IHSAA sectional draw. Find it on television, find it on the radio as coaches prepare for that this weekend. Always an exciting time for Indiana high school girls basketball. Folks, we're getting ready here for the starting lineups in the Wayne Gymnasium tonight. Also, to all of our viewing audience, it is Hall of Fame night here at Wayne High School, as the Wayne Athletic Department will be inviting past Hall of Famers and will be inducting a new Hall of Fame member of the class, Murray Mendenhall. I believe that action will take place in between games here at Wayne Gymnasium.
And now, we can all have everyone please rise, remove your hats and your scarves, and over your head as we honor America with the Wayne High School marching band as we honor America. And now for the starting lineups. The Northrop Bruins. Senior, 5'3", number 2, Naomi Dubé. Senior, 5'10", number 5, Brianna Douglas. Senior, 5'5", number 14, Ariel Thatcher. Senior, 5'7", number 23, Morgan Hughes. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Bruins, senior, 6 foot, number 25, Alicia Tiny Williams. The Bruins are coached by Miss Rashida
Ladies and gentlemen, there are our starting lineups for tonight's contest. We're getting ready to tip it up here at Wayne Gymnasium. The band getting the gym hype. Outstanding drum work there. Alicia Tiny Williams and Jakayla White to jump it up. It's in the air, and the Bruins control things. Brianna Douglas drives and misses, gets her own rebound. I will say that a lot tonight, and puts it in. The Bruins come out in a full court press. Looks like a 2-2-1. Alicia takes the steal and misses. This time Thatcher puts it up, misses. Thatcher sticks with it, and a foul called. The Bruins with active hands early. Here at Wayne, that foul called on Wayne's Maya Jackson. Coach Jones cannot be happy to hear that 27 seconds into the contest. At the line shooting two, Ariel Thatcher, a quality free throw shooter for the Bruins, makes the first. Coach Muhammad hoping for a make to set up the press. Miss, and out of bounds, deflected out by the Bruins. An opportunity again for the Bruins to put the press on. Let's see if the Generals can break it and look up the floor. And they break it successfully this time. Find it in the paint. Alicia Tiny Williams says no with the long left arm. Hughes misses in transition and off of the Bruins. Alicia Tiny Williams, we're going to track that tonight, folks. That's her first block. She's known for being close to the triple-double. And points, rebounds, and blocks. Could be a long night for Maya Jackson in the post. Thatcher with a steal. And the finish. The Bruins take a quick 5-0 lead. But a foul called on the press. That foul on Northrop's Alicia Tiny Williams. Coach Muhammad does not want to see her in foul trouble. And bringing it up, running the point for Lady Generals, Quinia Reese. Generals go with a 4-high look. And number 24, Chanel Clay, drives the baseline. Gates pops from 17 feet. Gates showing off the range. And the Bruins zip it around the perimeter. You cannot put the hand down against Dubé. Naomi hits a three. That's a good sign for the Bruins, as Naomi Dubé, a streaky shooter for the Bruins, and an over and back called by the General offense. Press already giving them some trouble. Ariel Thatcher runs the point guard for the Bruins, calls out the play. We got a child on the court. He is so excited. He wants to play. That is illegal in Indiana. He's a boy. This is girls basketball. Brianna Douglas drives in. Gates, nice help side. Brianna again gets her own rebound, and Douglas finishes the layup. Always active on the offensive glass. The Generals break the press this time, but a lot of pressure applied by the Lady Bruin defense. Their challenge all year is, can they do it without fouling, as the Generals called for a travel. Generals come out in man-to-man defense. Switch the ball screen. Thatcher drives, and a rebound by Reese. Good transition defense there by the Generals as they force a turnover. And as we can plan on any dead ball situation, the Bruins are going to apply the pressure here in the first half. Coach Jones saves the team there with a timeout, a 30-second timeout, as Chanel Clay kind of dribbled into no man's land on the basketball court. The Bruins off to a 10-2 lead here at Wayne. As play resumes here on Summit City Sports, it will be Wayne basketball. Again, Reese initiates the offense for the Generals. Again, the General offense focused on getting it inside. There's a shot, the bank open. Might have been an ATM withdrawal, but the bank is open for the Generals. The Bruins quickly respond with a bucket of their own. Brianna Douglas dishes to Alicia Tiny Williams for the lay-in. Quickly back the other way, a miss and a rebound for the Bruins. Morgan Hughes pushes it up, attacks the basket, and there's Gates with a defensive board. Gates, the leading rebounder for the Lady Generals, again averaging about 8.2 rebounds a contest for the season. And look at the defensive pressure applied by the Bruins in passing lanes. And another block for Tiny Williams. Excellent outlet pass, and Hughes shares the sugar. Brianna Douglas with the finish. These seniors for Northrop know each other well and share it well. A high-scoring team, but their leading scorer only averages about 14 points a game, and that tells you how well they share it offensively. A couple of subs in for the Lady Generals. Those substitutions in Jasmine Mims and Ariana Hoy, as well as Trinae Smith. Let's see what the Bruins do out of the stack formation. Lob it into Tiny Williams. A little inside out, and surprise, surprise, Brianna Douglas with an offensive rebound. Foul call again on Wayne's Gates. That is her second early in the game. The foul was called, I believe that foul was called on Wayne, because Northrop just inbounded the basketball. Thatcher drives in, nice help defense there, and rebound by Hoy. The Generals looking to clear out that right block. And Mims quickly took advantage with a sweep and go. Foul called there on Northrop's Hughes. Mims again driving the baseline. And Tiny Williams gathers the rebound. The Bruins quickly push it up the floor. Here's Douglas. And that's what happens when you attack the basket, folks. You get to go to the free throw line and score with the clock not moving. Brianna Douglas will shoot 2 free throws. Douglas makes the first. As you can tell, a good shooting form for Douglas. Throughout the season, shown her ability to shoot the three-point shot. She makes both. Gates always used by the Generals on the press break. And a foul called again on Northrop's Tiny Williams. Her second foul, and she'll find a spot on the bench as Northrop's Mackenzie Snyder replaces her. And the job of guarding Gates goes to Brianna Douglas for the Bruins. Thatcher, a thief, fouled on the shot. That is the 6th team foul for the Generals. Already in a little early foul trouble as Thatcher goes to the line to shoot 2. Let's see if the Generals can break the pressure here. Any press break has a lot to do with pivoting, dribbling, and seeing up the floor. Rebound here for Wayne as Hoy gives off to Reese. But Thatcher, pressure. Reese finds an opening. And Douglas with the rebound, and off go the Bruins. Whole lot of bounce passes leads to a layup for the Bruins. You gotta like the bounce pass. I know Coach Muhammad loves the bounce pass. Talk about turnover prevention, folks. Bruins going to run some offense here as they quickly find Dubé open in the corner. That defensive pressure isn't going to get it done against that kind of three-point shooting. Naomi Dubé's been doing that for 4 years. Another steal for the Bruins as the pressure appears to be getting to the Lady Generals. Dubé again. Folks, her shots aren't even touching the rim. She might be feeling it tonight. Her 3rd three-pointer of the quarter. And there's a whole lot of time left in the quarter. Pressure there by Snyder. Perhaps a little too close. As a foul call. As the team's 5th foul in for the Lady Generals, number 10. Alexander checks back in. A little stack as Generals run to the corner. And Maya Gates, always open, finds an opening. That'll be a dead ball out of bounds. Wayne basketball. Coach Jones not happy with the lack of a whistle. Screen across for Gates. She's open. Way to keep it high, Gates. Douglas with the rebound. Pop. You gotta like the stop and pop. People have said the Euro step has killed the pop. Stop and pop. But Brianna Douglas trying to bring it back. And I like it. Reese finds an opening. quality help side defense there by the Bruins. Thatcher the feed ahead for Hughes. And the Bruins out to a 26-4 early lead in quarter one. Let's see what the Generals can do with 13 seconds left in the quarter. A travel called. Turnovers plaguing the Lady Generals here in the first quarter. You know Coach Jones has got to be frustrated with that. Thatcher, can she get to the rim? Folks, that is our first quarter. As we head to the second, the Bruins leading 26-4. This just in from the Wayne Athletic Department. If the Bruins do score 100, free corn dogs for everybody. Wait a second, no. There will be no corn dogs tonight. We're going to go to a commercial, folks. We'll be back in a moment with Summit City Sports.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Period 2, general basketball.
Viewers, welcome back to Summit City Sports for quarter number 2 here at Wayne High School. The Bruins off to a 26-4 lead. A couple of substitutions in for the Bruins. Number 11, Ashlyn Scott, and number 32, Maddie Allman. 2 more seniors in the senior heavy lineup for Coach Muhammad. A good feature to have in a program. 8 seniors. Brianna Douglas, the defensive rebound. Coast to coast. Couldn't convert a tie-up on the floor. Some hustle there shown by both teams. Coach Jones has got to love his team diving on the floor. Let's see if America's play works for the Bruins. They find Dubé in the corner. Her first missed 3 of the game. But you got to like that Coach Muhammad went to her shooter after she hit 3 threes in the first quarter. And Dubé, speaking of, a steal and look up to senior Mackenzie Snyder, who finishes with her left hand. Any young basketball players out there watching, you gotta work on the left hand. And the fearless, and I mean fearless, Jasmine Mims attacks the 10. Attacks the 10, and will shoot 2 because of it, folks. A quick update in SAC girls basketball action. Southside out to an early lead at home against the Lady Chargers, 21-9 over at Southside High School. Both the Lady Chargers and Archers having fantastic seasons. And Mims will shoot 1 more. Misses short, but gets her own rebound. Followed her shot. Reese, the primary ball handler for the Generals, finds Gates, who then finds Reese. And Dubé pulls it out of the scrum there, pushes it up. Always with her head up. Dubé finds Snyder, who pops an 18-footer. puppies might have been on the line there. 2 points for Snyder. The Generals love the right side of the court. You can tell that from early action. And Gates misses long. Dubé again with another rebound, but a steal. And the Generals staying aggressive as Shira Alexander finds her way to the free throw line. Alexander finds the net on the first, and a sub in for the Bruins as Ariel Thatcher returns to the court, and Dubé, who was hot early, will take a breather. Defensive rebound for Douglas, who is quickly compiling rebounds tonight. Thatcher, a little stop and go, fine help side defense by Gates. And a stop and pop for the Generals. Douglas will call it a steal. Finds Allman on the wing. Why run for a layup when you can shoot a three? Snyder. The offensive putback rebound. And the Bruins with another steal. Thatcher, good push. She is slippery and sneaky fast, folks, with the basketball. Number 14 for the Bruins. Generals break the press and find a shot at the basket. Gates back on defense, does a fine job of not fouling, going straight up, forcing the miss, and that'll be Wayne basketball. Gates simply made it difficult for Douglas to finish and avoided her third foul of the contest. You know Coach Jones is happy about that. The more Gates, the better for the Lady Generals. The Bruin defensive pressure forcing the Generals into starting their offense out high, forcing a tough shot. For the Generals, Jasmine Mims returns to the lineup. Let's see what the Bruins have in store. A little offensive set here to attack the basket. Mims says no, heads up in the crowd. I think somebody just got a Wilson tattoo on their forehead. Folks, we'll have our doctors run over there and see if everybody's okay. There may be some popcorn underneath the bleachers. There's a ball screen for Thatcher. And a high finish, folks. You gotta like the high finish for the attacking guard, high off the square, giving the ball a chance to go in. As the Bruins extend their lead early, 36-6. Reese probes the defense and gets a foul call. Reach-in foul called on the Northrop defense. That foul on Ashlyn Scott as a couple of subs return into Coach Muhammad's lineup. And Reese will head to the free throw line to shoot two. Her first two free throws of the contest. Let's check her shooting form, folks. Good follow through. Long and Allman with the push. Thatcher, you've seen it all season, attacking the basket and earning her way to the charity stripe. shooting foul. She'll be shooting 2 free throws. And finds the net on the first. Again, folks, we reminded you that the Bruins will face the Lady Spartans next Friday in what will be a pivotal conference contest. How convenient it is. It's the last contest of the season. Both the Bruins and the Spartans fighting for conference crowns. The Bruins looking for a share, and the Spartans looking for the outright SAC conference title. And free throw shooting will be pivotal in that contest. As the Bruins look to do something they haven't done before, at least this group, a conference title. Hughes misses long on the 3. The Generals again pushing it on the right side of the floor. But the Bruin defense just suffocating, folks. Every time the Generals turn around, there's an orange jersey waiting on them. Active hands and active feet. And you gotta love the hustle. 4 ladies on the floor diving after the loose ball. A sub in for the Generals. That's sub number 34, Amasia Austin. I believe it's 34. Yes, it is. Let's see the General underneath out of bounds set. Out of the box set. Let's see what they try to get here. A couple cross screens, lob in. Will she attack it? Yes, she will. Nice step back, but a whole lot of defense there by Alicia Tiny Williams. The scrappy Generals, though, stay with it. And Ariana Hoy earns her way to the free throw line. That foul called on Tiny Williams. That's her 3rd foul trouble and issue for Alicia tonight as Snyder comes back in to replace her. Tiny Williams, a fantastic shot blocker this season for the Bruins. And a bucket for White on the offensive rebound. A quick kick up for the Bruins, and Allman 3 just long. Let's see if these Generals now with sort of a 5-guard lineup out there. And Coach Jones likes it, folks. Attack the basket, get to the free throw line. And Austin will have a chance at 2 free throws. If you're Coach Jones, you like your girls attacking the basket. And Austin makes the first. Chance to get to the free throw line, but also create shot opportunities for yourself or teammates. And Thatcher comes out of it, nobody back. Thatcher looks up, and Hughes almost undercut there. A foul called on the play. That foul on Wayne's Mims, and Hughes, another good free throw shooter for the Bruins, will shoot 2. She converts on the first. Coach Jones has got a 2-1-2 offensive set, and attacking the basket is, well, you like the pivot there. No good, just a long shot. As the Bruins again attacking in transition. And getting to the free throw line. That is the 8th team foul on the Lady Generals. This will be Hughes shooting a 1 and the bonus. This is the first, and Jakayla White, an excellent two-handed rebound. Snyder with the steal and the attack. The Generals not giving up layups. You gotta like that aspect about them. As Snyder now for the Bruins will go to the line to shoot 2. On the next Wayne foul, both teams will be in the double bonus. Snyder swishes the first. That shot did not find iron. And in Indiana high school rules, that is a dead ball to the defensive team. And Alexander brings it up for the Generals. There appears to be some excited pivot feet out there for the Generals as the Bruin defensive pressure continues and forces another General turnover. Let's see what the Bruins do with 40 seconds left in the first half. Hughes a 3 from the corner, just long. And scrappy play by both teams leads to the 10th team foul on the Generals. That foul called on Wayne's Jakayla White. Ashlyn Scott shooting 2. And Scott converts on the second. 41-9, 25 seconds left in the first half. The defensive pressure continues by the Bruins. And a deflection out of bounds. Let's see what the Lady Generals try to do. Excuse me, let's see what the Bruins try to do here after that turnover. Snyder, the offensive rebound and putback. Let's see if the Generals can get a shot, and they do. No good. We head to halftime here at Wayne High School. The Bruins take a commanding lead, 43-9 into the locker room. Folks, we appreciate your viewing here in the first half of Summit City Sports as we head to a Summit City Sports commercial break.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits guard.
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne High.
Long with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, welcome back to Wayne High School as the Wayne Band provides the funky beats and entertainment here at halftime of game number 1 of the SAC doubleheader. And in game 1, the Lady Bruins currently leading the Generals 43-9. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, folks, at Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport 1 Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, ParkviewSportsMedicine.com is the go-to for local sports with scores and highlights for all area schools. Parkview Sports Medicine wants to celebrate the accomplishments of athletes on and off the field. Check it out at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. To make Parkview Sports Medicine part of your team, give us a call at 266-4007 or log on to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. As we recap the first half action here at Wayne's High School, it featured a whole lot of defensive pressure by the 17-2 Lady Bruin team. That defensive pressure forced a plethora of turnovers by the Lady Generals, which led to a lot of transition baskets and free throw opportunities for the Bruins. Coach Jones has got to be talking about that to his team. Taking care of that basketball and getting good shots on the offensive end. The general offense obviously centered around senior Maya Gates. Junior Maya Gates and her ability to score inside. She also hit a mid-range jump shot in the first half and is the leading scorer for the Generals with 4 points. On the other end, the Lady Bruin offense, always a well-balanced offense throughout the season. To nobody's surprise, it would be to nobody's surprise if any of those seniors led the team in scoring that night. Our offensive leaders in the first half for the Bruins, Ariel Thatcher with 10 points, Naomi Dubé, who hit 3 threes in the first quarter, with 9 points. But everybody getting a piece of the action for the Bruin offense. And that's been a staple of Coach Muhammad's team this season. You never know who's gonna fill it up that night. 8 seniors capable of scoring, and some exciting younger players in the Bruin program also providing some offensive punch. Another reminder about SAC action tonight. In action currently, girls basketball action. Dwenger at Lures. Concordia tonight playing at Snyder in what should be a quality contest. Homestead at Northside and Carroll at Southside. Obviously all 5 games tonight, followed by boys varsity action. The boys early in their seasons. This will be the 5th boys SAC contest for all 10 teams. And for the ladies, it is their 9th as their regular season wraps up next week. Both of these 2 teams in front of us have 2 more regular season contests on the schedule, ending next Friday with SAC action. The Lady Generals will play Bishop Lures to end their season before sectional play begins. And the Bruins, as we stated earlier, a huge conference game next Friday at Homestead. That game to decide the SAC title and SAC crown as the defending champions Homestead Spartans look to take the title outright. The Bruins and their hungry senior group looking to get a share of the 2017-2018 SAC conference title. A victory next week for the Bruins would force a 3-way tie and 3-way share between Southside, Northrop, and Homestead. Again, that game next week is at Homestead. As play resumes, fans are returning to the gym, popcorn and soda pops in hand. And the scoreboard tells it all, folks. Northrop a commanding lead to start the third quarter, 43-9. Let's see what both coaches stressed at halftime as play resumes. Same starters for both groups to start the third quarter. And Thatcher right off the bat attacks Main Street. That's where the best shopping is, folks. A couple of offensive rebounds later and a skip pass to the wing. Hughes fires. You like the early action. Start the quarter. Brianna Douglas on a right shoulder turn, fouled. That foul called on Wayne's Shiera Alexander. That's her first foul of the contest. And Douglas converts on the free throw, and that's our first points of quarter number 3. here at Wayne. Maya Gates gathers that defensive rebound. And let's see what Reese and the Generals have in store. Perhaps this end of the court will be a little kinder to the Generals. You like the pivot there, but Douglas defending the basket says no. The Bruins can't convert, and here comes Reese with Gates on the right block. Let's see if the Generals try to get it down to her. Couple of cross screens inside, and there's Gates. Just pivots over that left shoulder. You like the hustle there out of Jakayla White. Generals seem to be a little calmer in the second half. But Alicia Tiny Williams, the Bruins, blocking shots like it's contagious. And Alicia runs the floor. Folks, that's just tough to guard. She blocks it at one end, sprints the floor, catches the layup at the other. The Purdue track and field commit, doing things on the basketball court. Let's see if the Generals can muster some offense here. That Bruin defensive pressure just frustrating for the Generals. Jakayla posted up inside. And there are the Generals. If they don't turn it over, they're getting some quality things on the offensive end. Coach Jones yelling out the offensive set here for the UOB underneath out of bounds play. Gates pivots, finds the inbounder. Quick action. And a foul called on the Bruin defense. Foul call on Northrop's Brianna Douglas. That is a shooting foul for Shiera Alexander. And an early scoring opportunity for Alexander, who converts on the first. And Brianna Douglas pulls down another defensive rebound. Attacks the offensive end with her head up. And Hughes, we're talking quick fire action. Hughes from deep. Nothing but nylon. Clay tries the same at her end, but can't convert. Quick hands there by Alexander, and here come the Lady Generals with momentum. Reese doesn't like it and pulls it out to run some offense. The ball screen, the Bruins switching ball screens out high, but Reese sneakily finds her way to the bucket and finishes. Generals pull down a defensive rebound. Let's see if they can't put a couple baskets together. But Thatcher, sneaky quick, steals and lays it in. A stat-stuffing 3 seconds for Ariel Thatcher. The steal and the bucket. And the Generals bringing it up a little slower after that. Folks, that screen is illegal in all 50 states. And an offensive moving screen foul called on the Generals. I believe the officials have had enough of Coach Jones' disagreements, and he receives a warning. I believe he will now have to remain in the coach's box for the rest of the game. Coach Jones obviously frustrated at the lack of call there. Dubé misses a straight-on three, and Gates pulls down another defensive rebound. The leading rebounder for the Generals, and one of the leading rebounders in the area. Some fine passing on display as Dubé finds Douglas for the two. These seniors know each other well, as Douglas ready for the Dubé pass. Catches and finish, and there's Tiny Williams again, denying the three-point shot by Reese. Tiny Williams, her fourth block of the night. And those long arms have swatted a lot of basketballs this season. A substitute in for the Bruins. They currently have 6 players on the court. That's illegal. And now it's 5-on-5, folks. Folks, a technical foul called on the Wayne bench. That technical foul assessed to Coach Jones, who himself is applauding the call. That might be the first call he's liked all night. Naomi Dubé stepping to the line for the 2 free throws on the technical foul. Dubé, a good free throw shooter for the Bruins, misses the first. Always an interesting dilemma, shooting free throws with nobody on the lane. What does that do to a shooter's mind? Dubé says it does not affect her and makes the second. And Thatcher initiates the offense for the Bruins. The right block is open. She drives. She finishes. That will be an and-one finish as Thatcher fouled by Austin. The bucket good. Thatcher again sneaky quick. And converts the and-one. The Bruins extend their lead. Reese handles the Thatcher pressure defense, finds a teammate on the left wing. And Alicia Tiny Williams denying the post-entry pass, kicks it up to Thatcher. Here she comes, and the bounce pass caught Hughes, looking to share the sugar, probably should have eaten the cookie. And it'll be Lady General basketball. Coach Muhammad's got to like the willingness to share by her team. And the Generals, Mims uses all pieces of that iron and hits from 3. Gotta like the confidence that Mims shows when she comes on the floor. Mims just a sophomore for Coach Jones. Thatcher again probing Main Street, seeing if she does. This time attacking the left block. It is hard to keep a white jersey in front of her tonight. You wonder if the Generals can show a zone defense, maybe keep the ball out of Main Street. Mims, let's see if she's heating up. That rebound gathered by Thatcher, who kicks up to Hughes. And that's just ability, folks. To catch a 25-foot pass in the air, don't dribble and finish. You like to see that out of high school basketball players. Gates, a fantastic post feed, misses. And we got some broken glasses on the floor. You don't see a lot of glasses worn in high school basketball anymore, but both of those girls just ran into each other's glasses. As we pause here to find some lenses. And we have found the lens. After all that contact, it'll be Northrop basketball. Folks, I moved to contacts about 25 years ago, and I'm glad I did. Hughes shoots it from 22 feet, can't find it. And a defensive rebound pulled down by the Generals. There's a high ball screen by Gates, and Reese does a fantastic job attacking Main Street. That foul called on Northrop's Dubé. That foul called on the ground. And the Generals, let's see if we see that double cross screen again by the General offense. There's one cross screen. Gates catches it, turns over the left shoulder, misses, and the Bruins come away with a defensive rebound. You gotta like the idea of getting the ball to Gates, turning over, and Hughes misses. That miss didn't bother her. She pulls again from 23 feet. Will she do it again? Yes, she will. Alexander says no and attacks the other way. Oh, off of the Nike, out of bounds. Hughes pulling 3 shots from 22 feet. That must tell you her confidence level in her three-point shooting. The Bruins find Tiny Williams in the post and draws a foul on Wayne Gates. That's Gates' third foul. And that tells you a lot about the Northrop offense and their potential to do some damage in sectional play. Three-point shooters, post players, and a whole lot of pressure defense. Coach Muhammad with high hopes heading into the postseason. The IHSAA tournament, which starts in February. And again, for the Bruins, it's going to come down to free throw shooting. Not in today's contest, but as they look to potentially cut down some February nets. Dubé, crafty with that basketball, finds her way to the basket. Folks, there might have been some contact there. There might not have been. It'll be Wayne basketball. Both coaches holding on to their timeouts. Dubé, this time with a clear path, lays it in for the Bruins. That's Dubé's 11th and 12th point of the contest, and that is it for the third quarter, folks. The Bruins a commanding 64-15 lead. We'll be back in a moment after these words from Parkview.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Folks, welcome back to Wayne High School SAC girls basketball action of the fourth quarter about to start. A couple updates and other SAC action. Southside currently up at home against the Chargers 55-37. Bishop Lures up 40-27 against the visiting Saints. At Snyder, it's Concordia and Snyder. We'll get you that score soon. And early in the Homestead Northside action, it's folks, we'll also get you that score later, I promise. Wayne ball to start the fourth quarter, and Reese probing again. 2 ball screens to choose from out high, and doesn't like what she sees. Give a little credit there to the Northrop defense. A couple of subs in for the Northrop defense. A couple of freshmen, promising freshmen. Number 31, Tiana White, and number 15, Destiny Jackson. And there's White with a jump ball. Also in for the Bruins, number 55, Markia Carton. The Bruins don't lose a lot of height or length as those three come into the contest for the seniors, who right now catch their breath on the bench. The Generals start the fourth quarter with their starting lineup. Let's see what the Bruins do immediately inside to Carton. Gates offers some resistance, and the Generals force a turnover. Folks, the stands are starting to fill in as people are excited about this Northrop Wayne boys contest. A couple of teams looking to improve their records. The Generals fire. That missed 3, rebounded by Ashlyn Scott. Missed 3-pointer by Chanel Clay. And a steal by Alexander. She attacks the rim. Cannot finish, and we'll head the other way. Here comes Ashlyn Scott, a 1-4 low look. And she passes to Jackson on the wing. The Bruins reverse the basketball. And looking to pass and cut here. There's Carton again, but Gates will have none of it. It'll be Northrop ball underneath. Let's see what action they have ready. The Bruins go to the stack. Let's see what they get out of it. Into Carton, but Gates again denies it. Deflects it to a teammate, Alexander. Gets it to Reese, and Reese finds Gates. Gates turns over that left shoulder, but Carton competing out there. Gates turns over the right shoulder. Gates with her own rebound, and that hard work pays off. Gates, a force to be reckoned with, and just a junior for Coach Jones. Finds her way to the free throw line. Misses the first, but you like the form. You see the potential there. Gates finds herself at the free throw line a lot for the Generals, and will do so again next year. She can become a productive free throw shooter. You gotta like her offensive production going forward. Allman with the rebound and push. Kicks it to White, who quickly shoots the 3. Carton, an offensive rebound. Folks, you gotta like the backside board. 75% of missed shots come off of the backside, and Markia Carton knows it. Don't run to the front of the rim. Don't run to the short side. Folks, attack the backside offensive rebound area, and good things are going to happen. Reese again finding her way. A little stop, a little go. for Reese. And a foul called on Northrop's Carden.
Second. Team fifth with the line shooting 2 free throws. Number 1, Anaya Reese.
Reese logged a lot of minutes, clenched over. Let's see if she's got enough energy left for some free throws. She misses the first right. Not a good sign, folks. If you're going to miss free throws, you want to miss long or short. Let's see if Reese can't connect on her second, and she does. Nice adjustment there by Reese. And Ashlyn Scott looks to run the offense for the Bruins. White finds Carden, and again, Gates just a pest in the post defensively, but a foul called on her on this one. That is Gates' 4th foul with 5:11 left, and that's the team 8th foul. So Carden, a junior in the Bruin program, goes to the line for 1 and the bonus. Misses, but White connects and kicks out. You gotta like the kick out 3, and Ashlyn Scott does. Shooters love the inside out 3-point shot as they can catch it in a rhythm and fire, and that's what Ashlyn Scott did there. Reese, and that really shows you the difference in shot selection. A 3-point shot off the dribble. Tough for Steph Curry, tough for Quinia Reese. But the Generals will look to inbound underneath their own basket. Surprise, surprise, they find Gates. And the Generals will swing it around the perimeter. Reese looking to attack. There's a ball screen. A nice switch there. Maybe too nice, as the foul called on Northrop's Destiny Jackson. That's the team's 6th. One more, and the Generals will be shooting the bonus. Generals inbounded. That shot is long, but rebounded by the scrappy General team. Folks, you can't deny their scrappiness. This team has struggled to score points all season long, but it is not because of a lack of effort by these Lady Generals when it comes to loose balls. Here, the General offense is on the left wing. Folks, they just do not like the left side of the floor. Here it is on the right side. There's Gates. Tough to defend when she gets that close to the basket, especially on the right block, where she can turn to her left shoulder. That foul called on Carden. And Gates again enters the free throw line. Let's see if she can convert. Gates will have another. Steps into it. She's a spin, 1 dribble free throw shooter. And converts, folks. That looks smooth. We're talking peanut butter smooth. Not peanut butter crunchy. Peanut butter smooth. Creamy, if you will. A little weave here by the Bruin offense, and Gates says no. And the General offense takes the other way in transition. Ashlyn Scott tries to take the charge. A blocking foul called on Scott, but you gotta like the willingness to sacrifice the body in transition. Scott fearless, but a little too late as Reese will shoot 2. Reese showed off her speed there, going with the outlet pass from Gates. converts on the first, and here's Jackson already with her head up. Folks, you gotta like that, a freshman handling the ball with pressure and eyes up. Basketball players tend to be a lot smarter when their eyes are up. Folks, I tell you what, I wouldn't try to feed the post when Maya Gates is on defense. She is in denial mode, and the Bruin offense might want to find something else. Jackson finds Allman. Allman finds Jackson. Oh! Sweetness! Jackson finishes on the pass from Allman. You gotta like the sharing of the sugar by the Bruins. That three-point shot off, and here comes another Bruin freshman, Tiana White. And the Bruins run the floor. Outstanding. Is this the Lake Show of the 1980s or the Northrop Bruin basketball program? I can't tell. Coast to coast, the ball barely touching the floor. Coach Muhammad's gotta like what she sees out of this second group for the Bruin offense. There's Reese again, but White denies the shot as a substitution in for the Generals. Jakayla White gives Gates a well-deserved rest. There's that cross screen underneath out of bounds. Here comes Tiana White. Will she finish with her left hand? Yes, she will. Folks, I still can't make a left-hand layup, and Tiana White just showed us how. Outstanding skill on display for that freshman. And a turnover for the General offense. Coach Jones seated due to his technical foul. Doesn't like it. And a high post feed. You know why that post pass got there? Because Maya Gates isn't in the game. A fine post entry pass there from Scott, and Carton catches. And will go to the free throw line for 2 shots here with 2 minutes left in period 4. Carton short on the first. Folks, a reminder here, Wayne is prepping for Hall of Fame night. We see some famous faces gathering in the bleachers just in front of us. And Destiny Jackson, an offensive rebound and putback. A little baby hook putback, if you will. You gotta like that from Jackson. Jackson pestering on defense as well. Here comes Reese. She flies in a jump ball there between Carton and Reese. It'll stay with Wayne here on the offensive end. Let's see if we see that Wayne cross screen. There it is. There's White, who misses short, but Wayne finds some good things there with that cross screen underneath out of bounds. A pull-up 18-footer, no good. Carton. Outlet pass stolen. You like the intensity here with 1:13 to go. Nobody's quitting. Let's play while we're out there. That foul called on Northrop's Tiana White. And Chanel Clay takes her first trip to the free throw line. Let's see if she can convert. Good backspin, but just long. Folks, she will shoot 3. That was a 3-point shot she was fouled on. And let's see if Clay can convert on the third free throw. It's up, it flies, the backspin nice, and it's good. And with a minute to play, let's see what the Bruin offense pulls up. Carton looking to post up high. The Bruins running 5 wide on offense. A lot of movement for the Bruin offense without the basketball. There's Ullman, who finishes with the left hand over the front of the rim. Fine finish by Ullman. Another one of those seniors in the Bruin program. Pressure defense, folks, still being a pride with 30 seconds left. That's got to make Coach Muhammad happy. No quit in the Bruin defense. Destin Jackson pushes it up. Ashton Scott to Ullman. Carden hustles it down in the corner. There's Jackson. A whole lot of steps there for the Generals on the defensive rebound. That'll be a turnover. Northrop basketball underneath out of bounds. It appears as though the Bruins will improve their overall record on the season as time winds down, and they do. The Bruins improved to 18-2 overall, 7-1 in the conference. With tonight's victory, the Lady Generals fall to 2-17 on the season and 0-8 in conference play. Another reminder, both teams with 2 games left in regular season action, including one conference contest. That conference contest immensely important to the Lady Bruins next Friday at Homestead, with potential SAC title hopes in the air for the Lady Bruin program and the Spartans as well. Folks, we appreciate your viewing attendance. A special shout out to our Beijing, China viewers. Hello to our Beijing, China viewers. Thanks for streaming with us on Summit City Sports. Your final score again, Northrop 79, Wayne 19. Thanks again.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but it's broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits guard.
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne hockey.
Plum with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.